Alright guys, we're back. This one really did a good job. I was able to get right through the hole, through that sheet metal like nothing. The first one that I did, it did kind of hang up a little bit, but the second one, it just basically it went right through. So that's good that I got those. So now I can do this whenever I want. And then I got them all in there. I got the new bolts in there and I adjusted them kind of to where I thought. What I did is I put pressure on the jack. There's hardly any right now. And I just kind of looked at the angle, what I have going on with the drive shaft, and I kind of liked it right there. So I adjusted one out, got the bolt in, and went to the other side and adjusted it, and I think it should be pretty good. I probably should have taken them off and then did like I did with these ones and laid them up side by side and lined the holes, but it was so hard to get these bolts in right here, at least on that side, and so really hard to get this bolt in here, that I just decided not to do it. And then so what I'm gonna do is I'm done for tonight. Crawling around on this ground's got me beat, so I'm cleaning up, gonna go inside, call it a night, and then tomorrow I'll come out, I'll tighten all those bolts, and then I will put the wheels back on it, and then set it down on all fours, and then we'll move on to something else, which will probably be a track bar, and then yeah, then I'll wait till like next month to get some of these new ones for it. So yeah, so that's it for now. I'll bring you guys back tomorrow when we get around to something else. Alright guys, we're back. So I got my new shift fork in. You know, looks wise it's different. I mean, as far as, you know, how the design of it kind of looks like it might be a little stronger in a way. Maybe not, but I think this is it. Actually, it should sit like this. So like the pin, for the most part, looks like it's in the right location. I'm pretty sure the diameter of this is the same, and then the distance here is the same. And I got this style. I did buy off eBay one that looked like this. And then whichever one came in first is the one I'm going to put in the gold Jeep. So this one from Quadratech came in. I think I ordered it like Friday or Saturday, and it got here today is Monday. So that's pretty good. I still got like not quite a week, maybe 4 days before I gotta leave. So I'm going to get out there and start putting this thing back together, and then get the gold Jeep going. I probably won't show you too much unless I find something else crazy with it, because I just want to get it back together. And then we will jump back on the blue Jeep. I got to do a wheel stud on the front passenger side, and then I got to do put the wheels on, tighten the bolts, all that good stuff. So I'll bring you back for that, or something crazy with this. Alright guys, we're back. Update on the gold Jeep. It's all together. Got the you can't even see it, good grief. Got the that drive shaft in there, worked out perfect. Got the SYE kit in. Yeah, I got it all taken care of. I was able to, once I had the cardan joint off the front. Since I didn't build it correctly, I was able to grease it up while it was down, and then as I was putting it together, I greased everything to get up. And it was a little hard to do these U-joints because they had end caps, and I think that that center piece with the little spring and the ball on the inside, I don't think it has a grease fitting. I couldn't see one from where I had it, so I took it out. I finished this last night. I took it out for a drive, and I got probably 3/4 of a mile, maybe less, and I forgot, or I remembered that I hadn't tightened these bolts, and luckily I had them like snugged down by hand quite a bit to where this thing didn't come out, so I was able to turn around. I just drove really slow. Nobody was on the road, so I just drove back, tightened them up, and then took it down the street. Did fine. I did a oil change and then a transmission drain and fill today, getting it ready for this trip. I did change the battery cables, and you won't be able to, oops, my fingers were in the way. You won't be able to see it, but yeah, so I'm getting ready for this trip. I think it should do just fine. So yeah, I was able to get rid of the transfer case drop now, so I had to find bolts. Luckily, some of the bolts that came off the old output shaft cone and stuff worked, so I just had to find one more. So I found from the Comanche, I found the bolts and used them. They were long enough. They were like probably about that long, which is probably like 2.5 inch or so. And then the transmission mount was good. So yeah, so I'm getting ready for this trip, and yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have, once I do the brake lines, because I got those, I'm gonna have to bolt those up. And weird thing is that the front part of the little, the little on the master cylinder, it has like two fluid reservoirs. The front one was pretty low, like really low. So I filled that up, and I don't know why. Doesn't look like it's leaking any brake fluid anywhere that I can tell, unless it's from this side, because it does get wet down there on the bottom. I guess I could check somehow. I don't have a light though. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's just diff oil. So I'll probably get some seals for this front axle till I can make it go away. But I think she's pretty much ready. Still a lot more I'll do to her, but that'll come in time. I have to change the exhaust manifold because it's cracked, which we're right where they typically crack, in that kind of where this goes down from the front three banks or cylinders, and then the rear three, and then it comes down into one single one and out. So I'll have to change that, and then I'll probably just do all exhaust. And then I think I need to fix this. This is kind of getting on my nerves. I'll probably get like a hook or something and pull it, because I think it still has the that plastic what you call it in there, fender well. So yeah, so that one's done. Headlights are working good. Definitely going to get some different ones of these because those are bright enough on their own, but it at least looks good, you know, with these. And then we'll work on this. I still got to do that wheel stud, which I'll probably do right now, and then I'll get these wheels on there, and then I'll take it off jack stands, and I'll bring you guys back for that after a bit. But I've been looking at this Corvair, and I still need to clean up all around it, but I'm gonna probably start collecting stuff to do stuff. So I want to, I think first thing I want to do is I've been looking for things like headlights and tail lights and little trim pieces and stuff, and you know, but and so I got an Amazon carts for like some LED headlights and then some other marker lights and different things. But I think what I'm going to do first thing is I'm going to start working on this front end, and then we'll move to the rear end because I want to get the suspension all laid out. For the most part, the front will be easy because it'll be one and done. I won't have to do anything else. The rear is going to be a little more difficult because there will be stuff that I will have to add. Let's go back there. Because I'm going to upgrade this to the later model style suspension. And I have, it's all dark back here, of course. Okay, I got... So, and then once I get the engine and transmission in there that I want to use, I'm going to have to make special control arms and things, and like a frame cradle for it to all sit in and bolt up and then drop out, because all this comes out the bottom. So I want to keep it that way. So yeah, and then I'll work around on some of this stuff. But suspension is going to be the first thing. Been looking for a different hood. I'm trying to figure out if a Corvair 1960 rear hood will fit on one of these cars, because I've heard that the front ones, the front hood, because it's a little different, it barely fits, and it takes some tweaking to get them to fit on these 61 and up cars. I'm wondering if the rear deck lid would be the same way, because I was looking at those, and usually back here, that little bracket that's under this box right here, that's where the spare tire goes in here. So there's like an indent right here. Well, the 60 didn't have that. I think the way their spare tire was somewhere different. I can't remember if it was up in the trunk or if it was off the other side, or I don't remember. But it didn't have this, and so it looked like this on this side, and I want the air, because I'm going to be putting a radiator probably on this side, maybe back here. It depends on how far the motor sticks out that I want to use, but it'll more than likely go over there. But I want that air, I want it to come through here. Not so much, I'm not too worried about here. And then I want to modify the hood and do some stuff to it. So, but yeah, I want to start working on that probably this winter. Hopefully I'll have all this cleaned up around it, so I'll just work on it in here. And then like I said, we'll do the front end. I'll take it out, I'll rip it completely apart, clean it up, paint whatever I need to, and then do my modifications to it, and then I'll start working on this back one, because hopefully by then the metal yard will be open, I don't know if they are now or not, because I haven't called them. So, and there's some other stuff that I want to start doing. Steering, I'll probably tackle that at the same time and be doing some interior stuff. And then yeah, we'll figure out what else we can do for this, and then hopefully at least get it to where it'll roll around a little bit. The rear end suspension is going to be, like I said, like the late style, so it's not going to be able to roll around like it is now. But if I got some wheel dollies and stuff, I could probably, or make a makeshift axle, I could hold them together. But yeah, so look forward to seeing this thing get worked on. But yeah, I got a lot of cleaning still to do, and the winter is coming. So all right, well, that's it for now. I'll see you guys after a bit. All right, guys, we're back. This is the side that I had to do the wheel stud. Nice shiny one. Pretty easy. I was able to take my hammer here. By the way, this is that Estwing hammer that had the yellow and blue handle where the blue stuff was coming off, so I scraped it off. I decided that I would just cut the handle off, and then I had this I think this was like a splitting maul handle, and I measured about how long I wanted. I think I probably would have liked to have like maybe another 2 inches or something on the length, I think, personally. But otherwise it's longer than what it was. So I formed the end to slip down in there. Like I had to the fiberglass handle that was in here, I had to use the I had to chip it out and drill through it and chip it out, and then I used the die grinder just to lightly clean all that stuff out on the inside of the head of the hammer. And then once I cut the piece of wood from that length of handle, I formed it. I took a miter saw, because that's all I had, and I cut down probably about the distance, like somewhere around in there, the head, just down. And then I made my own wedge out of a piece of metal, and then I just shoved it down in there. And so hopefully so far it's holding up pretty good, and I really like this hammer. One of my favorite tools, I think, and I use it all the time. Even before I got the other one, I use this all the time. But enough about that. So I got this on here. So what I had to do, I was able to smack it out with that hammer, the old one. Here I just hit it like twice there, and it just popped right out. And then I took the caliper and the pads off, and then pulled the disc off, and then I was able to, it fell out on the ground, so I got it out of the way, went and found the new wheel stud. And then I have this tool right here. I think you can pick this up at like AutoZone or O'Reilly's or Napa or anywhere, and comes in like a red and white package. It's like vacuumed plastic on there, but you put it on there, and then you get you hold it from the back side and push it up against there, because it won't go in, but at least you know where the center of the hole is. And then you thread this on there as much as you can, and then you make sure that the wheel doesn't turn. In my case, I had that big old pry bar that I ran through the opposite side, and let the ground hold it. and then I just cranked it down until it pulled it all the way through, and I kept watching in the back to make sure that it would contact the back all the way, and it did. The only thing, you know, I tightened it till it stopped, and then tried to tighten it a little more, and it wouldn't, so I loosened it up. But this has like a little bushing in here. I think it's like a Teflon or nylon or something that you could probably use some washers to space it out, but I didn't have enough room to do that. So you could like probably take it off and put it back on and put some a stack of washers that'll fit over this shank, but I didn't have that, so it kind of got stuck on there, like inside of there. And then I just used the old lug nut. All right, let's see. So let's put this up. Okay, so yeah, this is real handy. I think I have another one floating around somewhere, but this is the only one that I know of where it is. But yeah, I think I have two of them. But so yeah, so that's done. So now I'm going to put the disc and the brake calipers and stuff all back on, and then I will lift it up, put the wheels on, take the jack stands out from underneath, and then put it on the ground, and then I'll bring you back, show you what it looks like. Alright guys, we're back, and there she is down on all fours. Looks pretty darn good to me. Yeah. Let's see if we can see both of these two. Well, we can see the front anyway. So yeah, so the front on the Gold Jeep looks to be a little higher, which is good. And then, let's see, I could probably do some measuring, but you know, that, and yeah, it's higher I think on the Gold Jeep, which is okay. So I'm thinking though that it's probably a little squatty in the back end, but it probably needs to settle up front. But yeah, that's it for now for this thing. I think eventually we're gonna cut that off. As soon as I get that dent out, we'll cut and fold right down there, right in line with this where the bumper ends, kind of like how this is, but we'll do it right. We'll actually fold it instead of cut it off like the guy who owned it did before, kind of like we did on the Comanche. It's all folded. I don't think you can see that. Maybe you can right there. Yeah, if I put my hand behind it. So I did that right. Maybe not perfect, but I did it. So all right, cool. Well, I want to get some center caps, I think, for it. Some plastic ABS or something, black, and then I think that'll be okay. I think I found some for cheap, and then put them on all tires, all around. Probably need to get some kind of kit that I can like kind of not really polish these wheels, but clean them up, you know, just a little bit. I'll probably take those, if I get some plastic things for the center, I'll probably kind of scuff them up and make them look a little crummy, so that they're not like these nice shiny thing, you know, like kind of like how that looks. I don't know if you guys can tell, but to me it looks not so good. And then I didn't paint that because, like I said, I'm looking for some caps. I mean, I guess if I could find like one of those grease covers that fit in there. I don't know if these ever came with them, because the Gold Jeep doesn't have them. So I don't know, maybe if I could find something like that, I'd be okay with just painting that black. But we'll see. But there it is on all fours. Still lots to do. At least this way I can get to the engine. Probably what I'll do is I'll finish off kind of down under here by doing steering and the track bar, and then anything else I can find. I still see, I think I tightened up all these bolts. Maybe I didn't. No, it doesn't. Well, maybe I did. No, I didn't. So I still got to tighten those bolts, which is fine. It's not going anywhere. But steering, track bar, and then that'll pretty much be it from down here, and then everything will be, the rest of it's going to be up here. We'll have to get new leads for the battery, because I used them on the Gold Jeep to get ready for that trip. I don't know if I mentioned that. But yeah, we'll get all this situated, and yeah, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And then we'll drain oil. I still got to do the front diff, but we'll drain the oil, check for water, maybe even try to peek down in the cylinders through the spark plug holes, which probably be pretty hard. And then all this stuff on top is going to come off. Head will come off, and hopefully we can do a head gasket, and hopefully that'll get it back on the road. And then we can get it that much closer, because I'd like to have it at least running and driving, I don't know, next couple months. I'm hoping, but with the way the weather's looking, it's cooling down, getting darker and darker. I don't know how we're going to do it. But I think what we will do is we'll at least move it over and put it right there. We're going to try to anyway. How, I don't know. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. So yeah, so that's it for this video. So yeah, stay tuned for the next thing. Till next time, y'all take care now.